But then now let's jump into and talk about your industrial experience. Now I know that you said that your career officially started when you moved to Saudi Arabia, but there was still a small short period where you did work in India.
Yes.
So talking about that, when you graduated, where did you work as a chemical engineer in India?
See, first, when my degree got completed, I started giving my CVs, going to the industrial area practically and giving CVs all to my chemical industry through gate. I used to give to
Mhm,
the security person. He used to give to the HR. So this
mhm,
was the, the LinkedIn that time. It was not too much, and that time I got a call from one company. They were filling the position of a trainee. So they need some trainee because it was a big multinational company. So they have the position of trainee. So they have given me specific roles, you can say, specific roles and responsibility that you will be trained for 6 to 8 months,
mhm,
and you have to do this amount of work. So this is your salary, and if you're okay, so they have asked me for an interview. I went for an interview. uh, Interview was bad. It was terrible, to tell you frankly, because I don't have the knowledge of the industry. Really, I have that bookish knowledge which we learn,
mhm,
the unit operations, the process calculation, the fluid flow. But I feel the chemical industry work on economics. Economics
mhm,
is very much important. So he asked me certain amount of question which I was surprised. For example, he told me that there is an heat exchanger. I have
mhm,
to increase the heat from this to this. So what is the important factor? So I am a fresher, and if you ask me this, I will open all my books and tell him the shell and tube and the counter flow, co-current flow. Said nothing. The energy which I'm investing is important.
mhm,
How much energy I need to spend in this so that my temperature is gone from this and that, and how can I reduce? So that time, the mind get out of your book and you try to learn, know that what is the industry, what is around.
mhm,
It finally learns on economics.
mhm,
So you should have that basic knowledge with you that, yeah, you have to reduce the energy, what you have to do for that.
mhm,
This is why the
mhm,
chemical engineers are hired. You need to
mhm,
know which pump you need to use for a specific viscosity of fluid. This is
mhm,
basics. I mean, we are learning the unit operation in a certain way where we forget the basicality of
mhm.
that. So this was my
Yes.
experience, and I really surprised. He was the vice president of that company. Really, he
Mhm,
interviewed me. He took out some time and he explained me. Then, with my interaction with him, I landed on that job because it was a training job. They will train me.
mhm,
So then I began to learn how it works, how is the chemical industry works, what are the utility division, what are the environmental division, what A to B goes. You need to
mhm,
know how A to B goes, what are the process involved in it, what are the recipes. So this was my first, you can say, experience. Then
mhm,
when I went to the another company, I was well prepared
mhm,
because I know what it requires. So my interview was good for that job. I got that job as a production engineer. I worked there for 8 to 9 months. But then, since this was 8 to 9 months was very challenging for me because
mhm,
the pressure when you work is
mhm,
completely different than what you learn. So you need to be molded in such a way that you can handle whatever situation you are up to, whatever situation. So that's why the basic knowledge takes place an
mhm.
important role there, because the plant is big. There are many problems you have to
Mhm.
solve. So how you can solve, this is your challenge.
Exactly. And I fully
Mm.
agree. I mean, there is a huge gap between what you read in the books and what is happening in the industry, of course. Uh, you don't really get that, even though something is very basic in the industry, that many times you don't really find that knowledge in the books. The only way to learn that is actually being on the field in the industry and learning exactly from the experts. Because now you did your first job as a trainee, and for the people who don't know, can you briefly tell what exactly is a trainee?
See, trainee it's something, what I have done is just, you have to learn everything. So initially of your career, if you're not doing masters or you're not doing any other, study work, and you really want after bachelor to really work, and you are committed to work, whether it will be financial or whether it is a knowledge to learn, whatever it is. So first 2 to 3 years, I suggest you should be open to everything. You have to do whatever you want to gain knowledge, whether it is a reaction, or whether it is the process involved in it, whether it is what raw material you are buying and what you are getting out of it, and how the entire circle is moving on, how the work culture, how the software is working inside a factory. So initially 2 to 3 years, you have to learn everything, and then you are in a position to decide which field I need to go in. So after you learn and absorb everything, so you can select, okay, I am interested in this kind of field. I love this work. I can able to do more amount of work. So whether it is quality control, whether it is production, I have got training in everything. And that is a good point of that company, that they will literally ask me to give report, make an Excel report or make a presentation, and what you learn and what you are adapting on it. And it was a kind of great experience. I used to work in shift as well, morning, afternoon, night shift, everything. So in terms of commercial, they have teach me what are the reports the upper management requires, what you need to make the batch process, how you are making the PLC control, quality control. So I have learned 6 months, 8 months, everything related to that. Then I thought maybe production is a good field where I can work and handle the plant very well. Then I tried to get into the production. So this is what I have went through the process. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And you're very right, because once you graduate, you have to be open to everything. You can't be doing cherry picking once you graduate, because you don't really have much to offer to the industry other than just your degree. So you have to take anything that comes on the plate, and
Right.
Great.
So secondly, what I need to say is that sometimes, the college have some openings, and, you got selected to that. Then it is okay. You are into that field and you know your roles and responsibility. But when you are jobless, for example, there are, if you can see, the pool of chemical engineers got selected in a university is very less. I think so, 17 to 20% maximum. And what about the other engineers? Where they will go? How they will find a work? So I think so. This is a good way to find a work, that you have to be open to everything, learn, extract knowledge, use your knowledge in your future job opportunities. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, I guess if you compare chemical engineering graduates with mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, then I guess the positions that come along are much less compared to those lines. So you really have to just grab any opportunity that you can get, and not be too picky when it comes to, especially in the very beginning of your career. So that is very nicely said. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. And if you have not done so already, remember to become a free member at Chemical Engineering Life. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more upcoming podcasts with chemical engineers. Thank you, and have a great day.